We begin tonight with that jury reaching a verdict in the Porch shooting trial. They found Theodore Wafer guilty on all counts in connection to the killing of Renisha McBride.
And that includes second-degree murder, manslaughter, and felony firearm charges. The shooting happening on Wafer's front porch in Dearborn Heights last November.
We have complete Team 7 coverage of the verdict and reaction for you. We'll begin with 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig, who was in the courtroom when that verdict was read. Kim?
And security was tight inside the courtroom and outside the courthouse. And right now, Theodore Wafer is behind bars, and Renisha McBride's family says that's exactly where he belongs.
Justice needs to be served. You did cold-blood murder. That was murder.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Theodore Wafer, as follows. Count 1, murder in the second degree. Guilty of murder in the second degree.
The 55-year-old Dearborn Heights man did not show any emotion as the jury read their guilty verdicts.
Count 2, manslaughter. Guilty of statutory manslaughter.
Thank you. Thank you. Because the facts prove exactly what happened.
The jury found Theodore Wafer guilty on all counts, guilty of murdering 19-year-old Renisha McBride, who knocked on his doors early one morning in November. Wafer tried to claim self-defense, saying McBride was trying to break into his house. Prosecutors say Wafer was simply mad that his van had been paintballed and he didn't call 911 because he wanted to handle the situation himself.
He said it.
Yeah, he
said it. He said he came to the door mad. He had loaded his gun weeks before. He was going to shoot the kids that paintballed his car, you know, so he had got loaded for them. So he was just waiting on something to happen. And unfortunately, my daughter came to his door and he shot her.
He should have called 911. He should have called 911.
One reporter asked the parents of Renisha McBride if they thought race played a role in their daughter's killing. They said no.
That could have been anybody's kid. That could have been anybody's kid. You know, I think he was ready for whoever came to his door. He's where he's supposed to be.
And Theodore Wafer will be sentenced on August 25th. Now, second-degree murder carries a penalty of any term of years up to life, and felony firearm alone carries a mandatory 2-year sentence. Now, Wafer right now is under arrest. He's in the custody of the Wayne County Sheriff. And coming up at 6 o'clock, you'll hear why Wafer's defense attorney says she doesn't want him at the Wayne County Jail. She says it has to do with his safety. We'll have that part of the story coming up for you at 6 o'clock. We'll see you then.
All right, Kim, you know, sometimes jurors come out and talk about their decision afterwards. They chose not to today?
That's correct. They chose not to. And we do want to also tell folks that there was really a total of 7.5 hours of deliberation. A lot of people expected it to be a little bit longer than that, but the prosecutors, and they really did lay out a very meticulous case. And I know a lot of people out there will be second-guessing these jurors, but you really have to be in that jury room, and you have to have listened with the intent that that jury did. And no one can really put themselves in their shoes, and only they know what they had to go through.
Yeah,
Back to you.
well put, Kim. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, our Team 7 coverage continues with 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell. She joins us live in Dearborn Heights where that shooting occurred. Kim, what is the reaction in that neighborhood tonight?
I am live on the porch where the crime now known infamously as the Porch shooting happened at Wafer's house. I spoke to a neighbor who said that he can't believe Ted Wafer has been found guilty, that he has been convicted of second-degree murder, that he believes what happened on this porch is by no means intentional. It was not something that Ted Wafer happened. As we covered this trial in the courtroom, there were always a lot of the same people there. There was attorneys, there were reporters, there were relatives of Renisha McBride, and there was also a woman who just came there because it's a hobby. She enjoys watching trials. Her name is Dorothy Walker, and she tells me that she also came to believe that Ted Wafer was not guilty. She believes that after learning about what Renisha McBride did the night that she was killed, that she drank, did drugs, got in a car accident, and refused help at the car accident before walking miles to Ted Wafer's house, she became convinced that Renisha McBride was so out of control the night she died, Ted Wafer should not be held responsible for what happened.
I feel bad for him because I feel like she took trouble to his door. Why would she go to his house for help? They had called the police, ambulance, everything for it. The lady offered her her phone. She wouldn't use it.